Hey guys, it's Nightwing19 here with my review for episode 3 of Star Wars Rebels. I mentioned in my previous review for Gotham that my internet connection is back, so I will be getting out my reviews. I didn't really work on them during those 2 weeks that I didn't have internet connection, so I'm working on them now, and I'm really trying to get them out as soon as possible. So I'm going to give you the recap of this episode, give you my overall rating, and write down to my top 5 moments. And starting off with the recap, Hera sends Ezra and Zeb out on a supply run together to keep them from bickering with each other, specifying that they do not return without a rare Meluron fruit. The two find the market's sole supply of Melurons has been purchased by the Empire. Ezra's attempt to steal the fruit leads to an entanglement against the stormtroopers, forcing Zeb to hijack a TIE fighter for the two to escape in. En route to their rendezvous with the Ghost, the two find Farmer and Ezra's friend Murad Sumar being arrested along with his family. Using the TIE fighter to their advantage, Ezra and Zeb are able to rescue Sumar and retrieve the fruit and return to the Ghost after crashing the fighter. So this episode, I really loved it. It was a great mischief kind of episode, a great mischief and bonding episode, so I'm giving it a 9. We sort of saw this friendship being built between Zeb and Ezra. This episode, their relationship is stronger than what it was in the beginning of the episode. I wouldn't say that they understand each other. I would say that they can at least tolerate each other. Like, Zeb can tolerate Ezra, and Ezra can tolerate Zeb. I found this episode completely different from any other episodes that Star Wars The Clone Wars had ever done. Star Wars The Clone Wars usually have these long story arcs. I mean, the stories in those seasons didn't really connect. Like, they didn't have an overall theme for the entire season. Like, they were facing off against, maybe General Grievous or Count Dooku or something like that. They pretty much had, like, one season of about 22 episodes, and in like about 3-4 episodes were just one story arc. So they had about maybe 3 or 4 story arcs in each season that didn't connect to each other. They just told different stories in those like 3 to 4 story arcs. So with Star Wars Rebels, I feel like their episodes are connected, but they're really gonna go into more childish kind of episodes. We see Ezra and Zeb build a relationship, and then they do some other kind of mischief kind of thing. It's more childish rather than Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where they're mainly focused on the war, battling droids or dealing with politics, stuff like that. The older audience would understand. But now Star Wars Rebels is toning down to the little kids. So now onto my top 5 moments. A lot of my top 5 moments are going to be a little bit childish. They're going to be sort of comedic. So starting with number 5, Ezra and Zeb do chores. Like I said before, we're going to be seeing a lot of episodes this season that are really dealing with the rebels, doing things to survive, basically getting supplies or doing some sort of mission that gives them credits and stuff like that. We're going to be seeing some sort of aspect of Star Wars Rebels that we haven't been seeing in Star Wars The Clone Wars. But I did find it amusing when Ezra and Zeb were given the choice by Hera. I can relate to Ezra and Zeb in a degree whenever my parents decide to give me chores and I don't really want to do them. Number 4, Ezra and Zeb free the farmers. I didn't enjoy it that much, this particular scene, but I guess I can say that it was a great scene. Ezra learning how to use the Force in certain degrees. He was really learning how to use the Force in many degrees this season. Seeing that big rock in their way, and then they were about to crash into it. Ezra using the Force to sense that giant rock that they were about to hit. Number 3, Zeb controlling the TIE. I found this quite amusing. I can sort of relate to him in a sense. Like driving a car or driving some sort of other vehicle, maybe a go-kart, trying to understand how to control it and such. Number 2, Ezra and Zeb running from the stormtroopers. I found this really amusing, just because they're running from the stormtroopers, and, you have Ezra jumping over rooftops, and then we have Zeb going on land trying to outrun these stormtroopers chasing them. You know, I just really love chase scenes and that build up the excitement, especially in like populated areas where there's so many obstacles in their way that they can either hit or destroy or do anything with them. And my number one moment, Chopper plays Ezra's life. I find Chopper, you know, the droid that likes to prank everybody. He's the prankster droid. He likes to mess with people, make them feel miserable in a sense, and then when he's done something bad, he always does that weird chuckle that he does. And that is it for my review for Star Wars Rebels Season 1 Episode 3. But what did you guys think? Did you like this episode? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, I'll be doing reviews for all episodes of Star Wars Rebels. All you have to do is subscribe to my other channel, Jedi Knight 450, for fandom vids on Arrow, Legend of Korra, and more. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for updates on these TV shows that I do reviews for. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.